it on. Hi everybody! So today I'm going to talk about the recipe for a really happy life. It's going to be in a few different parts, a few different sections, and then I'm going to give you my top 4. I don't know where all these top 4s and top 5s and top 6 whatever come from, but I quite like it. It kind of sums it up. So I'm going to start off by saying my first thing is that life is always a choice between love and fear. And that sounds quite whimsical. So when I say love, that's anything that feels good. And when I say fear, that's anything that feels bad. And so every time that you feel fear, it's an opportunity for us all to reclaim back our own power and be confident in ourselves, and to know that we can do this and that we can change the outcome and not feel fear and start to feel good again. Because that's all it is. It's just an opportunity for you to step up. And every time you step up, it's an opportunity of growth, okay? And so life is constantly giving you those moments that you can, you can experience that and keep stepping up and up and up and up and changing your reality. I've had a few situations recently where I felt like I was out of control, out of my depth. I didn't know I was able to cope with the situation. I felt fearful. It was 2 situations. One lasted a couple of weeks and I was convinced that I wasn't going to be able to cope with something. And one lasted about an hour. But they were both fundamentally the same kind of thing. It was both situations that I didn't feel confident in myself, and I was allowing myself to feel fearful about it all and feel like I couldn't cope. And what happened in both situations was that I decided that it was all in my mind and that I could cope with it. And so what I was feeling was projection of just what I was going through in my own head. The situation, and then after that happened, the situations themselves didn't actually change, but how I dealt with it changed. And as soon as I started to deal with it more positively, then the situations then switched around and became more positive. Completely turned around. So a lot of the time that we think we're in this really bad situation, it's really just all up here. It's really just a choice. It's a choice. Okay, and so that's also intertwined between, it's also intertwined with going with the flow of life, okay? So those situations, like I said before, they're allowing you to, grow and accept what you're going through. And I think going with the flow is about acceptance. It's about acceptance of any given situation that you're in. And every opportunity and every chance that you have to accept what you're going through is also a choice between choosing love and fear, and not fighting with the flow of life. So what I mean by that is, it can apply to any situation. So i.e. your relationship breaks down, you haven't got that job, you don't have to like it, but you can accept it. And you don't have to fight against the situation. And by accepting the situation, then you carve out a new path for yourself. You accept it, you move on. It's about going with the flow of what you're going through, and just kind of, you don't have to like it, but just kind of go and navigate, and you'll come out the other side either in a better place than you were before, or certainly you have learned something, which is always better. Okay, I've got my little notepad again. So so it's about you just, so flow, do a lot of flowing, okay? And then when you do walk into your new situations in your flowing of life, and you're not fighting against what you're going through too much, just you're allowing, make sure that you're walking into it confidently. And putting your best into all situations. And I don't say this lightly, okay? It is so important that you always put your best into everything that you do, because you reap what you sow. You really, really do. You reap what you sow. By walking tall in your life and putting 100% in, I tell you, it will make such massive changes in your life. Even if you're doing it, you can find a way to do this even in things that you can't bear, okay? You do it like a boss. I've got a few examples here. So like, i.e., you're making tea, make the best tea of your life. You're tying your shoelaces, tie them like a boss, and then maybe like do like a couple of double loops, okay? You know, if you hate your job, go in and just make an effort to find something good about it. Even if it's something ridiculous, like just go in and try and find something nice. It will change your reality like that. And magical things will start to happen, okay? If you're having a bad day, why don't you just go out and, you know, find something good about your surroundings, or compliment somebody, or damn it, compliment yourself. You know, everything is self anyway. You know, we are all connected, and this stuff really is, you really will feel the benefits if you start to do this in your life, and you start to really try and find the positives in your everyday life. So my recipe for a happy life is as follows. 1, always choose love instead of fear. 2, always know that you are powerful and safe, and you've got this. I've told you this before. Any situation that you're in, you got this, and you are powerful. All right. Number 3, always go with the flow of life. Don't fight against it. If it's feeling like a struggle, maybe there's something that you're doing that's not quite right. Maybe it's not quite right. Maybe it's not quite right for you. Either the way you're handling it isn't the right way, or maybe that's just not the right path for you. Okay. Maybe there's something better out there for you. And number 4, always put 100% into all areas of your life, because this will come back to you. Don't do them just to have something come back to you. That's not right. That's not the way. But by putting 100% in, it will open doors for you, and you will change your reality positively. Okay? You will have a more positive life. Positive things will come your way. And this is not whimsical rubbish woo-woo. This is absolute, I am telling you, from my bones, is how I feel about life. And since I started feeling like this about life, things have got better for me, okay? And I just want things to get better for everybody else and for you too, okay? So have a good day. Do my tips and let me know what you think.